2024, I went to the gym 234 times, so 64% of my evenings were spent at the gym, and this was the most I've ever been in a single year in my whole life. So this got me thinking, what made me so consistent last year? Was it motivation? Was it discipline? Or was it just getting into a good routine? Perhaps all the above were contributing factors, but none of them were the main reason. I realized it boiled down to one thing, which was surprisingly really simple, yet no one seems to talk about it, so I thought I'd make a video on it myself. It was simply tracking all my gym days on a basic handmade habit tracker. I tracked all the days I went with a simple tick and the letter R to track all the days I didn't, and pinned this to the whiteboard in my room. This way I saw it on a daily basis, and that alone was enough motivation to get me to the gym, as I just wanted to see a tick on my tracker. Even if that meant some sessions were short or not the most optimal, because the goal wasn't optimization or the perfect split routine, it was simply seeing more ticks than R's. And this is the perfect example of you are the product of your environment. If you surround yourself with unhealthy triggers, then chances are your habits will be the same. But if you deliberately design your environment with intentional positive cues, then these will act as subtle reminders, and your actions will start aligning with your end goal without much effort. For example, only keeping healthy snacks in the kitchen, a bottle of water on your desk, or in my case, a gym tracker pinned in my bedroom. Because fundamentally, the human brain seeks the path of least resistance. So make your goals as easy as possible and increase the friction between you and your unhealthy habits. Having said that, my original goal was to hit the gym at least 75% across the year, so technically I failed. I started off strong, with March and April being my best months, but as we got closer to winter, it became more difficult to maintain the same level of consistency, which explains the gradual decline over the year and sharp dip in December. But despite me technically failing, I won the bigger game. I made going gym a consistent habit and shifted my identity to a person who works out regularly, which is way more important than an arbitrary number, or being 11 percentage points off my original target. This made me finally realize the goal itself doesn't really matter. It's the person you become in pursuit of the goal that matters the most. And even if there are dips in your pursuit, the key is to just keep showing up, as consistency isn't always a linear path. In reality, it will look something like this. So if you want to stay consistent this year, pick one thing, track it daily, and intentionally design your environment to make your actions as easy and frictionless as possible. The more action you take, the more evidence you'll gather. This evidence will reinforce your belief, and this new belief will increasingly cement your new identity. And the greatest force in the human personality is to stay consistent with how we define ourselves. So just do it for the next 6 months and your entire identity will shift, and you'll quite literally become a new person. The English poet John Dryden said something in the 17th century which still holds true today. First we form habits, then our habits form us.